What are we doing today?
Welcome to Meal Prep with Missy.
And Micah. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. So what are we doing today?
Today we are
Wearing pink shorts.
I'm wearing pink shorts today. Didn't fully plan it out, but I think it's gonna be great. We are getting into fall. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. So we're craving a little warmer meals,
Yes.
maybe a little more savory. Thanksgiving coming up. So we're getting into the world of healthy side dishes.
Yes, and just side dishes in general, where people, like Micah said, like people are craving actually cooking
Yep.
or comfort foods. A lot of family get-togethers, even if you don't do Thanksgiving or you don't do traditional Thanksgiving. It's cooking for groups of people, getting into a lot of that. So what are you making for us today?
Today, I am very glad you asked. Today I am making a very simple, delicious, nutritious, oven roasted Brussels sprout recipe.
Ooh.
Everyone loves Brussels sprouts, and if you say you don't, then you might not like it. However, you should. I hope that you
He
do.
will bite you.
With kind words to try to persuade you to eat some Brussels sprouts. I never liked them before, never thought I did, because I heard that Brussels sprouts and asparagus are gross. And I love both of them, and I'd never really just had them prepared in a way I like. So I'm gonna have a way that's very simple, good flavors that generally everyone likes, and it's gonna be super easy and convenient. Missy, what do you got going on over there?
Well, now this one is going to be something that maybe for a little bit more traditional Thanksgiving or a side dish. I like making this because it is actually very healthy and guilt-free, and then it can just jazz up regular baked sweet potatoes if you have those a lot in your meal plan, so then you can make up a side dish. But then this is usually what I take to Thanksgiving so that I know and feel really confident that I can enjoy a side dish with my turkey, gravy, all of that stuff. But then also family tends to love it too. And the best part is we also are gonna give you guys some kind of tweaks and tips and tricks, because both of these recipes were inspired by a lot of recipes that we see online, and we've just adjusted them to make them healthier, but not losing any flavor. And so that I think is the important thing, is that feel free to adjust recipes. I know
Right.
cooking sometimes can be super scary. Unless it's baking,
Right.
cooking, it does not have to be exact. So we're gonna kind of go into that and you'll see what I mean. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I love food. So this is great.
All right, guys, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. We're just gonna start kind of moving stuff. You talk to them about what you're doing and
Okay.
what you got, and we'll go from there.
So today we are doing oven roasted Brussels sprouts. This is really only 3 or 4 ingredients, and 1 bowl really is all you need for this. So Brussels sprouts, just so you know, they're delicious, they're nutritious. When you get them, you can get them in bulk. Sometimes they're already portioned out in bags at the grocery store. One thing I like to do before I prep those is sometimes they have like yellow or dark skin on it. So I'll peel off just a couple of the leaves just so it's as green as possible. A lot of them are okay, but if you notice it on there, don't be afraid to just pull those off. Then all you really need to do with these is you cut off the bottom part. You just chop that off, cut it in half, and those are ready to go into the bowl. That's all you need, super easy. The other ingredient I'm using is garlic, love garlic. So I'm doing a couple of cloves of garlic for this. I'm using about 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts. Fun fact about Brussels sprouts, 1 cup of Brussels sprouts has 125% of your daily vitamin C. So get this, good for your immune system, great for this fall weather when a lot of colds and stuff start going around. Incorporate some more Brussels sprouts and greens to fight some of that. Other thing is pistachios, if you can see those, if I can tip it without it coming out. Some pistachios, gonna chop those up, put them on top, as well as some crushed red pepper. All I'm gonna do is throw this in the bowl, put it with a little olive oil, salt, pepper, the garlic, the pistachios, and that's it. So I have made this before, just so you know, with sweet chili sauce. Like the sweet Thai chili that you see all over the place. It's delicious, it's always great. I was gonna do it this time, looked at the back of the label, and I think it's 2 tablespoons. The serving has like 26 grams of sugar. It's the first ingredient on all of it. So this is going to be just as delicious. It's going to taste amazing, which is what delicious means. So And this way I'm also saving some of those extra sugars so I can enjoy my pumpkin pie with a little less guilt. What you got going on over there?
Yeah, so sweet potato. It's a big sweet potato dish, if I can talk. Okay. I'm chilly. I got my coffee. My favorite thing to cook with, drinking coffee. But it is fall, so judge me. But yeah, so this is my favorite baked sweet potatoes. So I've already cooked my handy dandy sweet potatoes in a potato bag to cut down on baking, or especially around Thanksgiving. If that oven is gonna be bogged down with things, I actually prepared 4 large sweet potatoes in the potato bag. If you don't have one, get one. It's a lifesaver. And then what else I got is this is just the filling. So it's the sweet potatoes. I'm gonna add 2 eggs. And with this, you know, I go back and forth. This, like I said, this was an adaptation of a couple recipes that I would see often that had tons of brown sugar. So if you see this right here, it was almost using this entire thing of brown sugar in the filling and the topping that I'm gonna make, and butter, all of these things. So I've opted to keep the egg yolks, but I'm actually not gonna add any butter to my filling. It's just gonna be the eggs. Then instead of milk, I sub unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and then it's gonna give a little bit of flavor in there. Then kind of keep with the flavor, but keeping things healthy and no sugar. I do a dash or a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Then other things that you can use as well, Walden Farms 0-calorie pancake syrup is a great way for recipes around the holidays that have syrup that are gonna give you that flavor, but not the sugar and all the other stuff. Or get a big old Restaurant Depot Costco jug of honey. Another good thing that you could add that's gonna give a little bit of flavor. So a lot of these recipes in the filling, they also call, like I said, for sugar, butter, a bunch of different other things, and this has none of that. You're gonna get the sweetness from the sweet potatoes. And then my favorite part, I'm gonna make a crust for it that's very similar to something that you would make for apple crisp. So perfect for the fall, perfect for Thanksgiving. But mine is gonna be pecan halves, and I was just mashing those, if you saw while Micah was talking, and my other favorite thing, shredded coconut. Now here's the kicker. You can buy these things in the baking aisle, but coconut will likely be sweet. So this is unsweetened shredded coconut, and then not candied pecans, regular pecans. And then because, okay, yes, like you should still live a little bit, I'm gonna use a little bit of flour, a little bit of brown sugar in the topping, but very, very small amounts. And I'm just gonna be sprinkling it in until it has the consistency of that crumble, like apple crisp we put on the top. Are you ready to like?
I'm ready to go. I am ready.
All right, guys, we're gonna finish this up.
Done.
What did you make?
It's ready for the oven.
Wait, check that out.
Wow. Wow, can you see that? Get a close up.
All right. Phew, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Just kidding, it was really easy.
It was, I surprised even myself with how easy that was.
Yes.
It was great.
Yeah, so everything's in the oven. What is yours cooking for?
So mine is in the oven, like you said, for 400 degrees, at 400 degrees, for about 10 to 15 minutes. With Brussels sprouts, you can tell they start to brown just a little bit, and that's all that they will need, and they'll be ready to eat.
Okay. Yeah, then mine, 350, 400. If it's closer to 400, especially if you have other things in the oven, which notoriously, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, we're sharing the oven for different things. It's less, so about 18 to 22 minutes, or until just heated through. And then if it's like 350, 25, 30 minutes, just a little bit longer. So depending on what you got, and again, we're just looking that it's heated all the way through because there's eggs in it to cook that. But then sometimes I even like to just turn the broiler on at the very end to kind of crisp up the crisp and the butter. What did you do? How did you finish everything?
Great question. Thanks for asking and double checking. Because here's what I did. So chopped up the Brussels sprouts. If they're really, really big, you can quarter them instead of halve them. It cooks a little bit quicker. Just depends on the size of the Brussels sprout. So you throw them in there. It only needs about a tablespoon or so of olive oil on it. Just enough to get it coated. Because really what we just want is for the red chili flakes, the garlic, and then the pistachios to kind of stick to it, so you don't need to cover it in oil. A lot of recipes that you see when I was, looking for different options or ideas, like 3 to 5 tablespoons of olive oil, which is a bit. You don't need that much. So a tablespoon in there, a little bit in the pan, just to make sure it doesn't stick. And then I put in a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. With Brussels sprouts, it's very commonly associated with like cooking it with bacon. I don't do meat, and this is gonna be just as delicious. And it's gonna be, I can't wait to eat it.
Me either, I'm excited. No, and then similar things that Micah said. So the only other thing, so after like the half a cup of milk, the eggs, putting those things in the filling, mixing it up. If you have a KitchenAid mixer, which I want really bad.
Ooh, I got one.
Oh, you little.
I could bring it.
Ooh.
We can use it. We can.
Fancy. So, little hand mixer, mixed everything up. Then, I forgot the most important part, seasonings. So cinnamon, nutmegs, clove, very similar to like pumpkin pie seasonings. Sweet potatoes are in that family. So that's what I use. And again, cooking, I'm Italian. I don't like to measure seasonings. It's to taste. Usually when I can smell them, I know kind of where I'm at. So that's what I did in the filling. And then for, again, the crumble, like you can find healthy things in bulk. So the unsweetened coconut and pecans, we were able to get them cheaper in bulk, and then you don't have a bag left over of stuff. So if you are buying healthier ingredients, sometimes they sit around because you're like, what else am I gonna do with this arrowroot?
I have some of that in my cabinet.
Yes. So we just bought what we needed, and again, same idea is when we tell our clients to, get salad dressing on the side and then add a little bit here or there. You will use far less than you think you need to. Same thing goes for like the treat ingredients. Yes, I still used some flour and some brown sugar in the crumble, but if you notice, I scooped maybe a tablespoon of each and then saw the consistency, added a little bit more. And then the same idea is I maybe used 1 tablespoon of butter in the crumble. Again, like Micah said, in most of the recipes, it's like 1/4 to 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a cup of flour, 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. And I'm telling you, if you play around with some of those things in recipes, you may find that you keep the flavor, but you get rid of some of those excess calories and sugar. So don't be afraid to do that. Did you have fun?
I had tons of fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah. Hope you guys did too. Try these recipes and have a good Thanksgiving, guys.
Goodbye.